All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Feeling great. Kinda. Ever since Christmas and eating all of that food, been real backed up, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, this is not how you're starting this episode. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I went to the restroom like 3 times today already.
Oh my gosh, you were gone for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like if I eat too much junk food, I end up like having diarrhea.
That.
But then if
Are we really going to post this?
If I just eat too
like some TMI.
If I eat too much food in general, like how I did, then I get constipated. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a real issue. So the latter is what I'm facing at the moment. And yeah, I mean, I'm getting through it. I'm feeling better. Cool stuff.
I can.
But yeah, so today's episode marks season 2.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. We're gonna keep the numbers going though, so this is technically episode 28.
Mm-hmm.
But now this is the beginning of season 2.
Some very fun stuff.
Yeah, so like in your podcast directories, like the podcast app that you use,
Mm-hmm.
It'll organize it by all episodes, but you can also go, I think not in all, but in some of the podcasting platforms, you can go to like seasons, and like the podcast trailer would be under an unknown season because it's the trailer. And then there's season 1, which is going to be a year's worth of content. So essentially every year is going to mark a new season. So, now that we're entering year 2 of the podcast, starting off with this episode, it's going to be season 2. So pretty cool. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, but in this episode, we're actually going to be talking about our goals for 2022. That's so crazy to think about because we've been doing this for a year. And I mean, last year we didn't talk about our goals that much. We were kind of just introducing ourselves, but we have like in previous episodes. But now since it's a new year, we're also going to be talking about like our personal goals for the podcast, those types of things.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really like New Year's resolutions per se, but more so, I mean, what is a resolution? That's something you want to change, right? Like New Year, this is what I want to change sort of thing. That's not really what we're talking about. It's more so like what's next as far as
what we're planning on doing.
Yeah.
They're just goals.
Yeah, that's what they are. But I think to start off, do you have some personal goals in mind?
Well, I know I think it was 2 episodes ago, but I talked about like being more aware of like my mental health and stuff in school.
Okay.
So that's like my main one, because I really want to like focus on that. I feel like that's something I don't really think about when I'm in school, and I'll think about it like on break, like right now, but then I totally forget about it.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to get better at that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, some of you know, but I am religious. I am a Christian. And in the beginning of quarantine last year, I was actually doing really good on like my faith and like reading the Bible and stuff and spending time with God. So that's something else that I really want to work on. It's also something that I wasn't focused on this last year. It was really hard to juggle school and work and just like my personal life. And it's something that kind of faded away in the background. So I want to go ahead and do better on that as well. And then, just like fitness, we do pretty good and we work out, almost every day, if not together separately. But I want to make it a point to like make harder workouts for myself. So those are the 3 main things that I have.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think so. I mean, whenever you say harder workouts, what do you mean by that? Like longer workouts or?
No, I just want to be more intense, like with myself.
Okay.
Like put in more effort. Because like I'm doing the workouts and I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting a good workout, but I could be breaking a harder sweat if I just put more effort in myself.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I guess you're right. Maybe I do that unintentionally, but because of, being in sports, you kind of learn to push yourself.
Yeah, and so you really don't have to think about it, well, like yourself.
Yeah.
But me, it's something that I do have to think about because I'll just be doing them and I'm having a great time, right? But then I finish and I'm like, well, I didn't really put in a lot of effort. Like I did them, I did, let's say more weight or something like that. But I don't feel like I really pushed myself because I was kind of just going through the motions.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. What were you telling me? I forgot. It's like mind and muscle.
Oh yeah, the mind muscle connection.
That's something that I need to work on.
Yeah. It's definitely, yeah, it's just learning to be okay with being uncomfortable, but you have to also learn the difference between being uncomfortable because you're pushing yourself really hard,
Yeah.
your muscles are hurting or you're getting tired because, you're hitting multiple repetitions on squat, something like that. Like you need to understand the difference between that sort of tired, that sort of fatigue, as opposed to like my body is hurting because I'm doing something wrong,
Yeah.
And, you'll ask me all the time, like, how do you differentiate the two? And I honestly don't know. It's something that I know. It's kind of like you know your body. You know when something is clearly wrong and you just gotta know when to call it. You know what I mean? So like a lot of times there's people who really push themselves in the gym, but they what do you call it? They substitute form, like good form, for just heavier weight or for not stopping. Sometimes it's okay to stop and you got to realize that I'm going to injure myself if I continue to push myself, and just understanding the difference between the two can really help. Like it'll help you push yourself harder because then you'll know that like I'm doing this correctly. What I'm feeling right now is fatigue from pushing myself, but I know I can, if I can get past this, I can say I did this and just be that further ahead than I was the day before. But then, also knowing the difference will allow you to be like, okay, I'm actually about to like break my back right now. So like, let's put this down. Let's lower the weight. There's no shame in lowering the weight.
Yeah, but what about you, babe? Do you have any personal goals that you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, definitely. So I got a couple that come to mind off the bat. Number one is obviously in the gym. For those who don't know, I mean, if you follow Marisol on her spam, you might know. But we've been going to Crunch Fitness.
I posted it one time. And you're like, everybody knows.
Well, I mean, a couple of our listeners probably follow you on your spam.
Right.
So, yeah, we've been going to Crunch Fitness. It's on Marbach. It's pretty cool. It's a smaller gym because we used to go to the YMCA, and the only reason I was going there is because it was through my dad's job. They had a program where he got like a discount, pretty significant discount on like the family plan. And now that he switched jobs, there might be another program, but I decided, you know what, I'm the only one who ever went, so I was looking for other gyms that would just be cheaper because he was still paying more than an individual plan, just at a significant discount. But I was the only one who ever went. Yeah. And I was really getting tired of the YMCA, and I didn't realize how much I had been I've been going to the Y, that same Y, not like a different one, since like sophomore year of high school. Now I'm a sophomore in college. It got kind of boring, and the environment there didn't really invite a feeling of, really pushing yourself, because, there a lot of old people there, parents with kids, people that were just going for a relaxed workout. And don't get me wrong, like I enjoy my relaxed workouts sometimes, but for me, a relaxed workout is going for a run, having my thoughts to myself or listening to music. But when I go to the gym, like I really want to push. That's the place that I want to push myself. The place where I can't do what I do here at my house, That's where I can have heavy weights, a place where I can go past my limits and, reach my goals faster. And so Crunch Fitness was, while doing the free trial these past couple days, it's been real cool. I mean, there's a lot of people our age there or around our age,
Yeah.
It is smaller because it doesn't have the basketball court and the swimming pool, but it has the actual gym, It has like that fake turf on the inside, which is great for doing, jump rope or sleds or lunges, anything like that. So that's a great open area. They have a free weight section and a machine section. The machine section is a little bit small, but, we only ever do a few workouts on the machines. And so I don't know, it was cool. And they played music, which the YMCA doesn't do. And so, it was just, I wasn't tired going there,
Yeah.
Oftentimes we'd go to the Y and it was just so quiet in there.
You get kind of sleepy.
Yeah, I'd start yawning and I was like, I'm just like I'm hyping myself up as much as I can, but nobody else around us is like, really getting into their workouts. And it's not like everybody's grunting, but the music and everybody there is really just putting in a sweat. And it's like, I feel like hyped, So we're probably going to continue that and actually start paying for the membership. It is cheaper. It's $10 a month, which is pretty good, honestly, for a single person.
Yeah.
Other ones are like 25 to 30 a month. So
yeah, other ones they start at 30.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so just want to throw that out there. But, in relation to that, one of my goals is to, keep the workouts going every day. Even if we don't go to the gym every day, just to like run, do like an ab circuit, something, just don't not do something. You know what I mean? Like stay active every day of the week as much as I can. And then going to bed on time and waking up on time. I've been doing better. I haven't been sleeping in as much. But there are days that I do still sleep in until like 11 or 12, which isn't the latest that I have slept in. But, I'm trying to get myself to consistently wake up around 9 or 9:30. And then, once school starts here again, get that to like 8:30,
Yeah, because it's kind of the time we want to go to the gym.
Yeah, and that's pretty much with the gym. And then, any sort of fitness goals, like I want bigger calves, and then I want to build my chest and shoulders, and slim down my waist a little bit, like my stomach, because it got a little big for sure. I mean, it's not big. Like I think I'm still slim. Like I have a fit figure, if you will, but my abdomen isn't as toned as I want it to be, and that's gonna take a lot of work because it's more so the diet than anything on that. If you don't have the right diet, it's like, especially for me, just genetically, it's hard to slim down my waist. And so I guess coinciding with that is cleaning up my diet more, because I had a real good diet in high school, and then like now it's just because of COVID and stuff, eating out all the time, it's been real hard to stick to a diet, and my family and your family, we're always eating out. And so it's kind of like it's hard to stick to something when all that's being presented to me is the food that I probably shouldn't be eating, And I understand that I do have control over that I could just be like, no. But, why am I going to say that? Why am I going to turn down food? So I think it's more so like portion control, which I think today I did that. I realized I wasn't going to push myself to finish the Olive Garden that we had with your family. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not finishing this. This is a lot. And
yeah, it was a lot. After I ate that salad and then I had another serving of salad, I couldn't even like finish my plate. I got like to a third.
I mean, Olive Garden is crazy with their serving sizes. It was such a big plate. And I saw it and I was like, there's no way I'm finishing this. Because I had two like the mozzarella sticks and then a salad. And I'm like, shit, bro, this plate better be small. And it was during lunchtime, which I was like, aren't the lunchtime servings usually smaller?
Imagine the dinner.
This thing was massive. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But yeah, definitely just portion control if I'm eating,
Out.
unhealthy food, eating out. And then, when I'm not eating out, doing my best to eat something nutritious, but, also entering a little bit of a deficit. Because what I need to be doing is going into a caloric deficit, not an extreme deficit, but enough to where I'm burning, more than I'm eating. That way I can slim down my waist, but eating food with enough nutritional value that I'll still support my body, and support muscle growth. So it's not hard. It's just sticking to it, But another major goal of mine for this next year, or more so even this next semester, is just doing better in school. Procrastinating less. Because last semester, the last 3 semesters, I procrastinated quite a bit. And you could definitely see that reflected in my grades and, then in my GPA because of my grades. And I mean, it's not like they were horrible, but it could definitely be better. It's, I don't know, it's been hard to kind of get back into being hardworking, having a strong work ethic, like when I do things, I do them good, but starting them is the hardest thing,
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like if I can wake up and work out consistently and have that good mindset going in, it's like the staying focused and working hard in school is just going to come with that, And so it's just working on being better at those things. Like if everything can work out, it'll all work together, It's a cycle. Like it doesn't all have to happen, but if it all happens, it definitely helps. They help each other out, And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have any other like major goals like for the year. Yeah, is it really it, honestly? Like any other, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, can't really think of anything. Want to get my bread up, get that money up. Yeah, I want to get a PlayStation 5. That's a goal. Saving up for that, and then hopefully I can buy one. I got my friends telling me that they got buddies who are selling them, or I got all the scalpers and stuff, but they're selling it like hella marked up. And like they're like, hey, just buy it. And I'm like, yo, honestly, right now I just don't got it like that. Like, yeah, I got a lot of money invested in like the stocks and cryptocurrency and stuff, but I can't just take that out anytime, Like this, I want to keep most of that in because I haven't had it for a year. So then I'm gonna get taxed on it quite a bit, and then I just don't see the value in removing something that has the potential to get higher, in a decade or so.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just keep it in. I'm gonna, take my time. Like things will work out. I'm not in any rush to get the PS5, especially since there aren't like a whole bunch of games out on it either. But yeah, so eventually I'll get that. And, especially right now, like I just haven't been able to spend like crazy because I have deadass have not been working the entire month of December and a little bit of November, and I mean, it's been all right. It's crazy. Like I didn't expect it to be so hard to find a job, and now I work at the UTSA Rec Center, and then I'm going to apply for another job, like probably here soon after we finish this recording, like for a weekend gig, like something I can do on the weekends. And then I work at the rec center during the week, during school, just because it works a lot better with my school schedule. It's almost like a work study, but that's the goal, I guess. So secure a weekend gig and just save up, put aside savings for you, like for your law school. It's not a whole lot, but maybe you can get your books with it. And then put aside money for myself, rainy day money, put aside more money that I can invest because I want to build up my investments so that by the time, it comes that we want to live together, it's like we got a nice little nest egg of money and we might be able to take out if needed, and then I want to open another account at another bank and then start putting money into that just for our future. Like I'm talking, I don't want to touch that for like 30 years type stuff, and it's just a lot of money goals. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know. I want to start setting that up now because like the longer you wait, it's not like the worse off you'll be, but it will just be that much ahead, that much more ahead, that much more financially secure, which I feel like, in today's society, there's no better feeling than being financially secure, knowing that you can cover what you need to cover, bills and all that, but then also just being able to be like, I want that. Here's my card, put it down, not even stressing about it. Don't even look at your bank account. That's how crazy you got it,
Yeah.
Like that's where I want to be at. And so, that's like the long-term goal. And that's what I'm trying to set ourselves up for, in the future. Yeah. That as far as personal goals, that's all I got. That's what I got. I think it's attainable. I think it's good to not set too many goals. You know what I mean? Like goals will come as the year progresses, but I feel like if you if you start overwhelming yourself, you come up with like a fat ass 50 bullet list that you're trying to do, like, okay, it's great to be ambitious, but sometimes it can be overwhelming,
Yeah, especially when you're just starting out.
Right? Like people are like, it's good to set up long-term goals and then like
short-term goals in between.
A few long-term goals and then, a lot of short-term goals.
Yeah, well, I also think it's important to so my long-term goal, right, is to get toned. But my short-term goal is to go to the gym at least 4 times a week to get to that point.
Exactly. And that toned will come with meeting those short-term goals.
Yeah. I don't know. That's how I think about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think it definitely helps. It makes you feel like you're actually making progress, because if you only focus on the long-term goals, it can be hard to really
keep striving for that.
Yeah. And
because I know when I don't see automatic improvement, I'm like,
mm-hmm.
I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But some things just take longer, like building muscle and eating right. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah. It's just, patience and understanding that you have made progress. It's hard to appreciate where you are in the moment as opposed to the first day,
Mm-hmm.
Like even small things, like if you work out for a week straight, look at your mindset at the end of that week as opposed to the beginning of the week, or before you worked out. It was probably already a difference. It's not all going to be physical and immediately noticeable, but there's some stuff happens, little chemical changes in your brain, little mood changes, it's all there. It's happening in the background. You just got to realize it and appreciate it. Man, I'm like hella tight right now. I don't know if y'all hear me like breathing hella in this mic, but it's just because like my back is tight. Like my lower back low key hurts. I'm just like trying to get a nice little groove going here, nice little position. Hold on, let me I'm gonna just do this real quick for a little bit. Keep it going, but yeah, I mean, you got any other goals, babe? Like that you could think of, like, major ones.
Well, I want to sleep more. Like, nice. I really like sleeping, but nice, I always prioritize other things instead. So I'll be like, oh, let me study for an extra hour before I go to bed instead of going to sleep.
Yeah, you're crazy. I'm like, all right, bro.
No, it's 10 o'clock. It's crazy. I need to get a hold of, stressing out. Yeah. I mean, that goes with, my mental health, but when looking at it, I stress about little things so much. It's actually crazy. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Because you swear you don't get stressed.
No, I'll be like, I'm not stressed. And a week later, I'm like, damn. No, I was for sure. And then I won't be as stressed as I was the week before, but I'm always stressed. That's bad.
It's like the Hulk. Never cap is like, right now might be a good time to get angry. He's like, that's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry. Like, that's my secret. I'm always stressed.
No, yeah, like I don't know. I've just been reviewing everything on this break, and
Yeah.
I'm always stressed.
I think it's just self-care,
Yeah,
just
and
doing things for yourself will help alleviate that.
that's what I've been trying to work on. Like yesterday, I did a face mask, and then these last few days, I've been doing those teeth whitening strips because my teeth are like white, right?
Yeah.
But I know they can get whiter. So because I know they can improve,
Okay.
I'm just going to keep doing these.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been liking it. Like I do it, I don't know, like I put oil in my hair before I wash it because it helps like hydrate your roots. At least is what I've heard. I don't know. But I do it, right, because I think it helps me, right, in my hair. And while I was doing that, because I wait for it to set for 30 minutes, I put the teeth whitening strips on for 30 minutes because that's how long you're supposed to leave them, unless it's the hour-long one. But I just did a 30-minute one. So yeah, I've been doing that. That's been like some self-care. And I really like it. Like it's little. You don't do much. Like you can still like move around and like work on something or watch TV or hang out with my family. Like I can still talk with them on.
Yeah.
So it's just nice because
Have
I
you
don't.
noticed an improvement yet?
Yeah, like yesterday I was looking at it and I can see an improvement on my top row.
Yeah.
My bottom row, like they're still a little like darker or like a off-white. But I think it's helping, like, especially the top of my teeth. I don't know why I'm pointing. Like, nobody can see it but you. But, yeah.
I can't even see the mics in front of you.
Oh. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. I really like it. It's just nice to focus on myself. Because I realized I never do.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah. I'm just so happy now. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
I think, oh yeah, that's good. It's good. As far, like, other than personal goals, though, as far as the podcast goes, that now that we are entering year 2, we don't, I'm trying to think. All right, so, just off the dome here, number 1 goal, same as last year, is just to continue to grow. And especially on our social media following, I think we're at like 130 or close to that followers on Instagram. But I mean, that isn't like a whole lot, but
yeah, but our goal was 100.
That was true.
So we exceeded that.
We did exceed that, yes.
I think that's crazy.
So, in year 2, goals maybe like 250, 500.
That would be insane.
If we got 500, that would be actually
We'd have
crazy.
to have a party at that point.
Oh my goodness. I feel like we could get to 500 realistically.
Yeah, because we've been working like on our post.
Yeah.
Like I've been here when you work on them.
Yeah, I just got to be more active, like, reaching out to other podcasts and, maybe like target following, like looking at people who follow podcasts that we follow, following them, trying to get them to follow us, And
well, I've also like been doing a little bit of research, and it's good to mix up our hashtags, and we always use the same ones.
Yeah. No, I learned that in my internship, but I never do because it's a lot. It's,
Rip. Y'all heard that. He's not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. Like, I want to work on that. So I guess that's another goal of mine, is to be more diligent in, how I post and making sure our SEO is as best as it can be whenever posting.
No, yeah, we'll get there. I mean, we do good. We also need to focus on like our stories.
Yeah.
Spreading the word.
For sure.
We should like add our link into the story. Now we're like, click the link in our bio. There's a little thing like in the stories that we can click on where we can add a link.
For real?
Yeah, I looked at that last night. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
So we can just add the link and people can click on it because it's not hard.
It's so much easier, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, for sure. We'll start. There's little stuff like that. Increasing SEO, search engine optimization, for those of you who don't know.
I didn't even know, so thank you.
Doing that in order to make us pop up more. Like now, so we've gotten to the point where you search up Live with JM and we're going to be the first one that pops up.
Insane.
Our Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, all that stuff is going to pop up. Our social media accounts, we are the first search result when you search up Live with JNM.
Damn.
But you
Look
have to
at
do that
us.
whole thing. Or you could
Oh.
do Live with J, Live with M, Marisol Julian. Like that, our podcast is what pops up. Because Live with, that little term though, is definitely taken up by like actual talk shows. But you add a little bit of what actually makes us us, then we're the first ones to pop up, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess just being more active on social media, creating more engaging posts, increasing our following on there. And then, as a result from that, I think just increasing our following and listenership on our actual podcast, on YouTube, especially, because the views are low there, but we're just getting started on that, and I don't promote it a whole lot. And then, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen, just increasing the views, because we've gotten to the point where consistently every month we get over 100 listens on the podcasting like apps and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe want to get to the point where it's like over 150, over 200 a month.
That would be crazy. Just like hearing you say 100 a month, like that's so many people.
It is pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty
Which is
nice.
crazy because we used to get 2 or 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's nice. It's crazy that, because especially at the beginning when we first started, I don't think we broke 10 views a month or 10 listens a month
Until like the 4th or 5th month.
Yeah, I think we were already on like episode 11, 12. We were getting like maybe 11 or 10 a month,
Yeah, I think it was episode 10 where we got like 15. And we
Yeah.
were like, oh my gosh,
We were
like
like,
we did it.
Oh shit. And yeah, no, we've definitely gotten up, in the year, this whole year, we've gotten up there. We really appreciate all the support. It's been awesome just to see the numbers just get higher and higher. And, we're really excited. Can you think of another goal though for the podcast? Like what is something, I know these are like general things that we have talked about, but is there anything that you've thought about?
Well, like personally, I want like our Instagram to look more aesthetically pleasing. Like that's a goal for the podcast. Because our posts are really nice and they work together. But I don't know, there's just like something that we're missing to make it look even better. And I haven't really figured out what that is yet. But like once we figure that out and do that or implement it, everything's going to work even better than it is now.
I mean, maybe we just need to post like more pictures as opposed to
That's true.
graphics.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because I like when we implement pictures, but we have to implement them a certain way. I don't know. I've seen other podcasts and like other, I don't know, just like Instagram pages, and they look really good. And I try and like look at their details, and I can't figure out like what it is yet. Like, how do they make it look so nice where they can mix up all the colors? Like, it doesn't matter if they put 2 blues next together, but they're 2 different shades of blues. Or if like there's a pink and a purple and an orange, like all in that same line, and then there's no connecting color or like fade how we do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do. I'm still looking at it, but I want our Instagram page to look really nice because I know once we get that down, we're going to get more people to follow us because they like following pages that is aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it could be, maybe we're shifting too much. Maybe we need to do like 6 posts in a row that are one color, but different hues of that color. And then the next 6, so that way you can more visibly see the transition,
That would be good. Well, when we look at it, like Instagram shows the first 9. So what if we did like different shades of like that one color? Like you said. So not just like 6, but 9.
Okay.
So then when they go up and down, like it kind of fades in and out of those 3 that we're constantly doing, but they're different shades. I'd have to show you an example.
Yeah, we'll talk about this more later. But
I don't know. That's just like a goal for me for the podcast.
I get that. No, yeah. I think we need to post more pictures too. But like just straight up pictures. Like I don't think we need to have it in a graphic.
No, yeah. Well, then that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know what they do to make that even look nice in there.
A filter.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you can't just have, like, a random picture in there
Yeah.
when you have all these graphics.
I guess you're right. I mean, I don't know. It's all about, like, what is the post? Like, are we just posting to post? Is there a...
Maybe we need to start posing for our pictures. Because we just take selfies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do. That is, yeah, I guess you're right. We need to up our
Maybe
photo
that's it.
game.
Like, they just have, like, pictures of their entire body, and we just have pictures of our face.
I mean, we tried, and all the pictures, you're like, no.
Well, like,
no.
you want to pick the worst pictures.
I really don't, though.
And then we have different views on, like, lighting, and I'm just...
Yeah.
We have to work on that.
We just got to set up here in my room, we'll put, like, a different, like, different sheet color, and then, we'll take a picture with the pose, then I'll edit it to look nice, and then we'll just post that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to experiment. We got to try.
We got to try different poses.
Tomorrow, after this recording, I got an iPad coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Edit the photo on the iPad type shit. Ooh. I'm excited. I got a refurbished iPad Pro. Then I'm going to get an Apple Pencil.
You're going to succeed in school. I don't even know why you're worried. You got an iPad.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to use it for notes because I don't want to use notebooks anymore. It just feels wasteful, I guess. Especially, too, like, carrying all the notebooks. I just want to have one thing that has everything that I need. And then, having it all on the cloud, like on Google. And then I can access it from my laptop and stuff like that. So, that's the goal. I'm little by little converting kind of into a more technological based, workflow.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it. It's handy. Especially having everything on my phone, too, because everything is on Google. It's like everything that I have on my laptop I can pretty much access from my phone, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And so the iPad would be like that median device that I do. So I'm excited, especially because it is a refurbished device. It's so it's like pre-owned, but certified refurbished, fat discount, especially for an iPad Pro, fat discount. So I'm hyped. So start doing work on that for the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I think there's a lot of things that we can do differently on our Instagram and Facebook, or Instagram and Facebook probably keep the same, but Twitter is what we can really optimize and do things differently for, because I feel like Twitter, like, people aren't there to read long ass things, to short tweets to the point. They want to like, retweet, do any of that. So I guess being more active on Twitter too, and just like tweeting, like sometimes I'll tweet out links or like.
Yeah, I like when you do that. You should. I know you tweet out the link for YouTube.
I do it for YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, but I don't do it for like the other ones
like
that
Pandora.
we're on. Yeah, I mean, shit, we're on. I didn't even know we were on Audible, but we are.
That's crazy.
Or
we just said yes to every streaming one.
And there's some websites too that I guess they just pull like every podcast, and so we have like transcriptions of our whole episodes on people's websites.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, interesting. They're not like perfect transcriptions though. Like, 'cause sometimes like I'll slur or I'll have like a lazy tongue.
Yeah.
And then those words will not be correct.
They said, I'm sorry, what is that?
Yeah. But yeah, up our social media game for sure, and then obviously viewership. But I think one of the bigger ones too is our YouTube channel. So for those who haven't noticed, I have been uploading to our YouTube. I've been trying to catch up the YouTube channel to where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
They want like episode 15. So we are almost there.
That's like half.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, it'll by the time we're at episode, because I'm uploading twice a week. Yeah, by the time we're like in the 30s, I'll finally catch up. And then, we're not doing like video podcasts. It's just like the little audio bites that we post on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that, like our logo, the name of the episode, and then like the waveform. That's all it is, but it's something, you know, because not everybody has like a Spotify or Apple Podcast or anything like that. Like, even though they're free, it's like maybe they don't like that. Maybe they prefer YouTube. And so, you know, I've been posting on there, and then eventually we want to start doing vlogs, and then eventually video podcasts, which are going to be cool. But then, you know, once we start doing that, like, I think first and foremost, like, yeah, the equipment for sure, but we need a studio. You know, I mean, what we got going on here is nice, but, you know, we need the nicer arms to hold our microphones. Probably some sort of light source, so we have some nice lighting here. And then, you know, there's stuff to change to have a little bit more of a aesthetic looking setup. That way, when we're recording ourselves, you know, doing this podcast, it's not like weird and janky looking.
It's like random stuff everywhere.
Yeah, you know. So I don't know. I think this year for our podcast, it's like the year of growth and really finding ourselves. Like, I think now that the year is up, we finally started to find a consistent like way that we record, a consistent way that we post, you know. Like, you know,
we're figuring it out.
Yeah, we're tweaking stuff still.
I mean, we're still fairly new.
Yeah.
But I think we're doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it should be very fun. I'm excited. Another thing that we want to do also is like have more guests on, which is what I'm really excited for.
Me too.
Because, you know, I want to have my friends on, but I also want to have people that, you know, have influence or that have something to say to our demographic, you know, to our age group. And, you know, not necessarily like educational things, but maybe just like, you know, somebody that's just been through it. Somebody that's got tips, life advice. You know, that's who I want to have on. And I think it would make for really interesting conversation. So, I mean, definitely stay tuned for that, especially after this episode, because we are having our first special guest.
Yes, first guest of our second season. Can y'all guess who it is? I'm just kidding.
So you'll see when the episode comes out after this one. But I'm excited for that episode. I'm excited for the future episodes to come. And yeah. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I already finished my coffee, RIP.
I finished my coffee like an hour ago.
Yeah, I know you did. Man, she slurps down coffee like crazy.
I love coffee.
We'll leave the drive-through line.
I'm like, already done.
You already hear like the sound of like... You already hear that. And I'm like, bruh, like we just left the line. Like we're not even home yet.
What is it? The other day, I hadn't had coffee all day. And we went to Summer Moon. And we had just gotten like, I don't know, in the lane to finally start driving home.
Yeah.
And it's not that far from Summer Moon. Like, we had just gotten in the car like 3 minutes prior. And I was already done. And I got like the 20 ounce.
I know. And I was like...
And that's the big one.
Come on.
And
like,
it was crazy.
It was
I was just so excited. I was anticipating it all day.
Yeah.
I hadn't had coffee. I had a headache because I didn't have coffee in the morning. And yeah, that's how I know it's a problem.
Little fiend. Yeah, no, I don't get headaches when I don't drink coffee. I'm like we drink coffee pretty often, but I'm like, I can go without it and be all right, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's a goal for me. Every time we go out and get coffee, I want to take a picture of it.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. That's just a small goal.
I feel like we need to start posting our coffee more. Like, less on our stories. Or, like, yeah, same amount on our stories, but also, you know, post it on the feed. Show some love.
We used to do that.
We did for a little bit, but we kind of got out of it. There's a lot of things to do, and I think this was a good time to discuss a little more. Obviously, we'll get into more detail once we're done recording.
Yeah, because, I mean, we're discussing it now, but we really need to sit down, write down, you know, our goals. Yeah. And then how we're going to get there, and then what little things we're going to do during the week to, like, make everything look nice and work together.
Yeah. So I think definitely, like, we're going to figure all of this out before school starts, because that way once school starts, you know, we can focus on school and
kind of have, like, posts lined up and things ready.
And, like, anything that we have to do for the podcast, like, we already know kind of, like, how we want it to look. You know, what we need to follow. And so it's not really going to be so much of like, oh, damn, like, what are we going to do? It's like, we already know what we're going to do. It's just all about making the time to get it done, you know?
Yeah.
I think that was our problem this last year. We were constantly like, oh snap, we got to record. What are we going to record about? Oh, like,
How are we going to make the post to promote it?
It was constantly doing that. We were juggling so much. And so I think just a work, school, life, and podcast balance. Like, it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. We sit down for an hour doing this to set it up and then talk, for the entirety of the episode, save the file. Like, it's dead ass less than an hour.
Save as and we're done.
Yep. And it really doesn't take much. And I think, especially too, with like this thing you're going to have going on with your job, working the weekends only, it'll be a nice opportunity, I think, for us in general. We'll have more time to focus on school, and, we won't stress about the podcast. And then, work will come, make that moolah. I think this year's just, things are going to work out, Sometimes you just need that. Like, it's not really a fresh start, but it's like a fresh mindset,
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm excited. But yeah.
Man, I'm getting like sleepy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited, but like the sun's going down right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of just like getting tired with it.
Well, since you're sleepy, I mean, are you ready to close out the episode?
No, I mean, if that's what you want, I was just saying.
Well, it's up to you, because I mean, we're about to hit 45 minutes right now, so.
Oh yeah, I don't want them to be too long. I mean, our guest one is gonna be hella long.
Yeah. For sure.
But no, yeah, everything's gonna work out. We have new mindsets now. We have a plan. Last year we kind of just went in out of nowhere. We had like a little plan, but we didn't really think about it. But now that we've had some time to think about it and focus on what we want, I think everything will work out.
Definitely.
It'll be nice. We're gonna succeed. I'm like giving myself hope.
Yes, very excited for this next year, and I hope all of you listening have a happy new year, and that you set up some goals for yourself, and let's kick ass and attain those goals this next year. Anything else, Mamas?
Nah, make sure to follow us though.
Oh yeah, at livewithjm pod, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and then there's a link in our bio in which you can find anything and everything related to us.
Yep.
But yeah, so appreciate y'all for listening. Start of the second season. Excited for next episode, where we will have a guest speaker on, or a guest co-host, if you will.
Ooh.
All right. Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.